Chapter 28, Loser. We're considering a suspension. That was Mr. Hunt. Suspension? That was my mum. But he's been much better lately. You must have noticed. Yes, that was Mr. Hunt nodding. That's right. Blame it on my Jake, as always. That was Jake's dad. It was just two kids pushing each other. You want to see what I had in the army? They were real fights. Dad, it's okay. That was Jake, glancing across Mr. Hunt's office at me. Felix, have you got anything to say? That was Mr. Hunt again. Not really. That was me looking at Jake, then looking down at my shoes. Well, the school can't be seen to tolerate violence, said Mr. Hunt. But given they were our best friends, let's just say they don't come in tomorrow to give them both time to think and maybe calm down. Ridiculous. Slam. That was Jake's dad walking out. I just don't get it, Mum said in the car on the way home. Jake, you had a fight with Jake. Why would you do that with your best friend? I couldn't tell her it was about me and Jake following Grandad in the park. I couldn't tell her anything when she was that upset. How do you think it makes me look, getting called into school like that? I had to take time off work, and you know I can't afford to. I thought about saying that if she was around more, it might not have happened, but she'd have gone totally mad if I had. So I just stared into the footwell or out of the window, or fiddled with the zip in my bag, anything but look at her. The last thing she said to me was that she was really upset, and when we got home, I'd have to go to my room. No TV, no phone, no fortnightly or whatever it is, just sit and wait till Dad gets home. That was yesterday. Luckily for me, Dad got back too late, but unluckily for me, Mum had to take the day off to stay at home with me today. And I can tell she's not happy because she's downstairs slamming doors like she's lost something. I already feel bad about Grandad, and her banging around is making me feel even worse. I sit down at my desk and reach for my history book. Write an account of what it felt like to be in the trenches in the First World War. In particular, think about the conditions they were living in. I look out of the window. I should be able to do this. All I have to do is imagine I'm out in the tree with Jake, firing our cannons, sharpening our bayonets. I pick up my pen and start to write. If I was a soldier in the trenches, I would be tired and my feet would be wet. And what's next? Think about the conditions. Think about what it would be like to watch other people die. It'd be cold and wet, I've already got that. And men would be shouting and screaming like me and Jake when we run for cover. But how do I write that? I tapped my pen on my desk. I tapped my pen against my head. I look over our tree to Grandad's house. I wish he'd come out. I hope he's okay. I hope he eats tonight. I thought he just didn't want to talk to anyone. I looked down at my book, tapped my pen on my page. What next? What next? It's all in my head, but it won't come out. What next? I look out at the square. It's almost empty of cars because everyone has gone to work. James King makes being suspended sound fun. He says he walks around town or hangs out by the boats in the docks. But this isn't fun. I glance across at Jake's house. I bet he's as bored as I am. This is when I normally text him, but we've been told to keep away from each other, and after what he did, I don't want to talk to him anyway. Besides, Mum's got my phone. She'd have taken my laptop too if I didn't need it for schoolwork. I slide it across the desk towards me. I type in my password. Welcome back, Astro Boy 2008 appears on my screen. I'm supposed to research the First World War, but maybe just one game wouldn't hurt. I jump and go to my door. Mum's downstairs talking to someone on her phone. I close the door and go back to my desk. A message is now flashing across my screen. Tired of playing me? Why not play real people at the same level as you? I click on the members board. Hundreds of players are split into leagues according to their levels, just like on any video game. I think of selecting someone from level 3, but I've only played one proper game with Grandad and I don't want to get beaten straight away. I scroll down. There's a green icon telling me who is online. I select a player from level 2. Dynamo 2011. A profile loads up. Picture of a knight in full body armour, and underneath it says, Dynamo 2011 has been a member for a month. Only a month and on level 2? He or she sounds as new to the game as me. A message lights up. Dynamo 2011 has seen I'm looking at the profile. Want a game? Yes, I type, even though I know I shouldn't. Cool. But it's not cool, not really. I shouldn't be at home playing chess. I should be in school learning with the rest of the class. I move a pawn to e4. Dynamo 2011 moves a pawn to d5. I pause as Mum's voice gets louder. I overhear her say something about Grandad not touching his food again last night. Didn't even take the cell phone off the plate. She thinks there's definitely something wrong with him. Everything is going wrong. Grandad is still upset with me and I've fallen out big time with Jake. I move a pawn to f4. Dynamo 2011 moves his knight to a6. I rest my head on my hand and look at the screen. I should never have let this happen. All I had to do was play chess with Grandad for a few days, but now I've upset him and his depression has come back. I stare across the square. Still no movement at Grandad's. Just Samson sitting on the step. I look across at Jake's. His bedroom curtains are still closed, like he hasn't got a care in the world and is going to sleep all day. I move a pawn to g3. Dynamo 2011 moves a pawn to h5. I sigh. I wish I was out in the tree, before chess, before falling out with Jake. Everything was so much simpler when all we had to do was load our rifles and cannons. Sometimes the enemy would overrun us, but at the end of each day, me and Jake always won. Everything is going wrong. I've lost my Grandad and my best friend. And I know this is nowhere as near as important, but I also just lost to Dynamo 2011 in 14 moves.